Apple's latest invention is finally here. While it may seem like a gimmick, it's here to stay and it's actually quite useful in certain cases. So let's go ahead and take a look at it and see what it can do. As of now, with limited application support, the touch bar remains in the same state most of the time. A black space in the middle with a few buttons on the sides. The left always has the escape key for getting out of things. And on the right, we have a button to call up Siri, mute the volume, access a slider to change the volume, a button to get a slider to change the screen brightness, and an arrow to expand it to get your normal function row. If you click the arrow, you get all of the previous options. However, you can't make it stay that way when you go open another app or do something, because it'll go away. I find myself reaching for the launchpad button to learn that there's either something else there or nothing there, so it's going to take some getting used to. While it's not a part of the touch bar, it is in the general area, so I guess we'll talk about it, and that is Touch ID. It's integrated into the power button, which really isn't used because the computer now powers on when the lid is opened. As of now, it's really only used for unlocking the Mac and verifying things in the package installer. It's not used for anything else in the OS, even for authenticating administrator actions. Like I said, no apps really use the touch bar, so it's blank most of the time. But when typing things, it automatically suggests words. I find it not that useful because it doesn't suggest a word until I am done typing. There's also an emoji icon on the left side to pull up the emoji keyboard. And that actually is pretty nice considering that it's not that easy to access emojis in Mac OS. You have to go through several menus. If you're in a text editing app like we have JotSpot here, it'll automatically show you the suggestions while you're typing. But you can do things like bold, underline, italicize, and even change the color of the font, all from the touch bar, which is nice because you don't have to go ahead and click something or use a keyboard shortcut. There are two main apps that I find this most useful in, and that is Safari and Final Cut Pro. In Safari, we get icons to go to our bookmarks really quickly and easily, and you can also have a visual representation of your tabs so you know what is inside of each tab, and it's easy to know which one you want to go to. And you can also search right from the bar. You have to click the search button and it'll bring up the search bar at the top of Safari and you can enter in whatever you want. In Final Cut Pro 10, there's actions such as create a new project, setting in and out points, slicing and deleting a clip. And we can also scrub through the timeline and get a view of it when playing back in full screen as well. And all of this is fully customizable. You can go to the view page and there will be an option for touch bar if that app supports it. You'll be able to alter what buttons you have. We can add some new ones, we can remove them, and if you want to rearrange them, just use your finger. And it's actually really simple and easy to add whatever you want. Well, it's nice to get some quick actions done. I feel like I can do a lot of this via a keyboard shortcut, and since the keyboard is closer to me and my hands, I tend to opt for that more often than the touch bar. Also, it feels a bit complicated at times. You're unsure whether a button will perform an action, give you a slider, or open up a whole new menu. Also, some of the buttons aren't very clear. However, you just have to open the customizing window and you can figure out what they do. Overall, I feel like this is a neat feature. It does add some nice things to be able to view your timeline or see what the page in each tab is. However, a lot of this can be done via a keyboard shortcut. And with the lack of app support at this time, it may not be the best option for you, but there's no denying that it's cool, and it's definitely something that I will use more often.